Around December of last year, that is 2022, SEC passed an order against a company called Atlas Trading, which had made, hold your breath, $100 million profit by doing exactly what many Indian influencers could be doing. I am not taking any Indian names because nothing is proven, but some of the lessons from this Atlas Trading case is worth listening to, worth hearing from the SEC. So the SEC filed a case and they have been fined 100 million. So which means all their ill-gotten profits is been taken away by the SEC. So the things to note is the SEC. I'm reading this from the SEC suit. What exactly Atlas did was they identify stocks ripe for manipulation. Believe me, there are tons available in India with or without the help of the promoters. Acquire substantial position in these securities and then recommend those stocks as good investments to their followers on Twitter, in online stock trading forums that they run, and on podcasts, right? So this is exactly what many Indian influencers could be doing, but we don't have enough proof, so I'm not naming anybody, but yeah, perfectly possible that they're making this kind of money. Also, they could be taking money from the people about whom they are talking, right? So you could talk up a share and get paid by the company. Now, if you talk up a big company, if you talk up a Reliance, I don't think Reliance wants to indulge with you and say, I'll pay you money, talk up my share. You are insignificant. You cannot influence a company where 150 people are doing research into their every move, right? So, but you can always pick up some small share lying somewhere at the bottom and go to the management and say, look, let's rig up the share from 10 to 350 and then we can all exit, right? Could be 10 to 85 also, but I'm just giving you an example. So now going back to the SEC suit, they encourage their followers to purchase the selected stocks, often claiming that they likewise have bought or intend to buy these stocks for themselves and hold them. Instead, the defendants actually sell their shares into the demand that their deceptive promotions generate. I have always felt, and my friend who is a options trader says, it is very easy to run a class of 20 people who are and teaching them how to take options, giving them examples, making them do it, and in the next room be taking a counter position to that. You will make money whether those kids who come to you for learning make money or no, right? So, and since January 2020, the influencers earned approximately $100 million from their illicit trading activities. And so what can you really conclude from this? This is if you are an influencer, don't use your viewers or readers or watchers as for your exit, right? That's just not done. You shouldn't be doing it. Don't provide signals to friends saying, look, I'm going to recommend this and you should also buy. So there are people who do that with their friends. They build up a position. Don't discuss the materiality of your statements to price action privately or publicly, right? This is something which as a chairman of a company you understand that you shouldn't do it, but as an influencer you don't really care about it because you are making money. Don't flex, don't talk about it, don't entice others to do the trade. I mean, I know the kind of risk that I can take on my portfolio. I have no clue what kind of risk you should be taking on your portfolio. And very importantly, don't be selling a share when you are asking others to buy it. It's just not done. But yeah, I don't think there is anything wrong, and I don't know whether an influencer can get used also, right? I can go pick up a share, talk to two influencers and say, just chalk up this share. He has no clue what I am doing, right? So sometimes the influencer can get conned by some big cons in the market, and there is no shortage of cons in the market. So somebody can come and say, I think you should do this, and the influencer gets carried away and does it for a broker with or without knowing the kind of harm that he is doing. And the same influencer can be getting money for opening brokerage accounts, right, or for closing one brokerage account and opening in another place, right. So all the big brokers have used influencers in the past for account opening, so nobody can be you can't say that this company didn't use, that company didn't use. So when you see somebody mentioning their name, you know that they are being paid, but you don't know that they are being paid. That's the problem, right. I think I would add one more thing to this and say, don't be very cocky. Don't show off your car, don't show off your house, don't show off your vacations, right. You want to do all that, public need not know what you're doing. Don't be so cocky to think, oh, the SEBI can't do anything to me, SEC is different, SEBI can't do anything to me. So say, oh, I think I am very clean, nothing will happen, I have less than 1 million subscribers, so I'm out of the SEBI radar. There is nothing called SEBI radar. You can be in the SEBI radar, you can be in the SEC radar. Suddenly when you earn $100 million, I mean $100 million is a big amount of money. Just say even if you earn 10 crores or 20 crores and you're visible to the world, everybody is going to say, oh, this is how he makes money. Somebody else is going to do a video on you saying how you are earning money, right. So that is bound to happen, and then people will find out. For example, if you are actually earning money selling something, accept that you are selling. Don't say, oh, I stopped selling, so I'm but you're still getting some commission on some past sales done. So at least admit that that is what you are doing and that's your main profession. And don't think that everything need not be caught by the same regulator. Some other regulator can also catch you when somebody else complains. SEC can catch you if you talk about American shares. There's nothing which stops you from getting caught, right. Also, the kind of money that people make by doing this stuff is far greater than the amount of money that people can make by legitimately trading in shares or doing any advisory business or things like that. So obviously, when you make that kind of money, you are bound to attract attention. You are bound to attract attention of people. People who lose money will scream. So don't think that you can do all this and get away. Don't even think that you have got away for so long and therefore you will get away from it for a long period of time. Risk is about that. Risk is about taking a lot. When you take a lot of risk, sometimes it means that you will make fantastic amount of money, and sometimes it means you will get completely wiped out. So if you had taken a position in say Silverline a few years ago, you would have been completely wiped out, or Orkay, right. You look at an example and say, oh, in Wipro I would have made so much money. That is true, but if you had a completely concentrated Wipro portfolio, question to ask is, how long could you have sat without itching for some action? Because when your net worth is 50 crores and you have nothing else, right, all your money, like I think that guy John Bolt or something, I'm not sure about the name, who has all his money in Tesla shares, would you be able to stomach that kind of risk? I won't be able to. If 25% of my net worth is in one group or one company, I start panicking, I start palpitating. It cannot happen, because at 15 I start panicking and saying, okay, now let me sell, right. I cannot have such a high concentrated position. Though it will not kill me, it will give me sleepless nights. So I'm not interested in doing that. So somebody who takes a bet that all my money should be in Tesla, or all my money should be in Wipro or Reliance or HDFC Bank, they're taking big risks. So concentrated risk is something which I see in portfolio. In fact, I've done videos on concentration risk, right. So people who say, oh, I'm down by $11 million in Tesla, you can find such examples. The question to ask is, what have you been smoking, right? Why would you take so much of a risk of putting all your money in Tesla, even though it may be the greatest company? I know people who put all their money in brokerage companies. I mean, brokerage companies have had a fantastic bull run, but understand that brokerage companies cannot sustain this kind of growth rate, and you don't know how much of what is being manipulated, right? So suddenly you think, oh, this brokerage company deserves a better price, so you buy that share in an unlisted market, right? There are brokerage companies which are promising to go public, and I have my doubt whether they will go public, but today shares are being traded at 18,000 and 19,000 rupees, right? Unlisted brokerage companies. So the question is, you have to take a call as to how much risk you want to take, how much of these recommendations you want to take. Do you have the capacity to take this kind of a risk? Or if I met a guy with all his money in Tesla, I would plead to him saying, please reduce your stake. Now this is not but it does not matter to a guy who is just creating videos saying, oh, put all your money in one share. I've seen people looking at these videos and having 70-80% in one share. If the company does well, it ends well, but when the company, when the share price actually moves up, then these people don't sell because they want to see their net worth go up, and their net worth has gone up based on such a concentrated call. So when somebody is giving a call like this in the market, be very careful, because it may suit that person, it may not suit you. Your regulator may get up much later. You could get bankrupt in 2024, and then this guy could be caught by SEBI in 2025. You are not going to get back 1 rupee of the losses that you made. Remember that. So you have to do what is good for you. Forget what is being recommended by people. That is for the Aam Janta that is being recommended. Does it suit you is a question that you have to answer. I don't think these kind of frauds will go down. Earlier it used to be newsletters, pamphlets and things like that. Now the mode of distribution has changed, but this mode of distribution is so terrible and so tragic and so widespread that a guy can work from Surat and reach Siliguri, he can reach Kanyakumari, he can reach Jammu, he can reach all over the country, right, doing these things. He can reach abroad. So be careful about what you do for yourself. Don't wait for the regulator to wake up and take action. He may, but by the time you may be bankrupt. Be careful. Thank you.